The flowers were wrong, that's what I noticed first. They weren't the lilies I ordered, they were pink roses, my sister's favorite. The banners read, "Congratulations on your engagement, Lily and Ryan." Not Evelyn and Ryan. My name was nowhere, not on the archway, not on the cake, not even on the invitations scattered across the tables. Yet the date was mine, my wedding day. My parents stood near the stage, laughing, champagne in hand, as if nothing was out of place. When I walked up to them, my mother didn't even look guilty. She just blinked in surprise and said it made more sense this way. "You can't change it now," she added. "So just smile." I turned to my father. He didn't flinch or look away, just gave a small nod, like a man acknowledging a deal that had already been signed. And then there was Lily, standing there in my wedding dress, smiling like she'd won a prize. Maybe she had. For years, I'd been paying for their lives, covering the mortgage, tuition, family trips. They called it family duty, and I believed them. But standing there, it hit me, I wasn't family. I was funding. So I smiled back, cold and calm, and said, "Then I won't be supporting anyone anymore." Then I turned and walked out. The first call came before I even reached my car. By the time I started the engine, my phone was lighting up non-stop. Mom, Dad, Lily, Ryan. 92 missed calls in under an hour. They understood exactly what I meant. Without me, everything they'd built would fall apart. That I used to think family meant unconditional love. But the truth was, there had always been conditions, hidden behind every favor, every guilt-filled thank you. They drained me slowly, wrapping their greed in the language of love until I couldn't tell the difference. Ryan was my last illusion. We met in college. He used to say I was steady, grounded, the kind of woman who could build empires. I thought it was praise. Turns out, he meant I was the foundation, something to stand on. When he started working at my father's firm, the signs were all there: late nights with Lily, supposedly helping with the family finances, my mother suddenly insisting we delay the wedding until things are stable. It was all groundwork for this. They'd planned it together, and I'd been financing my own betrayal. But I didn't cry or scream. I went home, opened my laptop, and began the cleanup. Every major asset was under my name: the company's shares, the house, even the trust fund that supported my parents. Lily's apartment lease. Co-signed by me. They had no idea how much of their world was built on mine. Quietly and methodically, I started closing doors. I transferred the money into a new account, changed every password, canceled all automatic payments. My lawyer filed the paperwork to remove Ryan's partnership contract the next morning, citing internal misconduct. He wouldn't find out until his badge stopped working. By noon, the calls started: banks, lawyers, the firm, the wedding planner. By evening, I turned my phone off and let the chaos unfold. When I got home that night, my real wedding dress was still hanging in its garment bag, untouched, pure white. I poured a glass of wine and stared at it. What I felt wasn't sadness. It was clarity. For years, I'd been the reliable one, the provider, the glue holding everything together. And they mistook my silence for weakness. They built their comfort on the belief that I'd never say no. That illusion died the moment I left the venue. The next morning, Lily showed up at my door, mascara streaked down her cheeks, voice shaking. "They canceled everything," she said. "The accounts are frozen. Ryan lost his job. Mom and Dad are panicking. You have to fix this." I just looked at her, the golden child who never worked, never struggled, always got saved. But now the gold was peeling off. "Why'd you do it?" I asked. Her lips quivered. "Because I wanted a life like yours." That was the last honest thing she ever said to me. I didn't yell or gloat. I just said, "You already had it, you just didn't want to earn it. Then I closed the door. Over the next few weeks, their perfect world fell apart. The house was repossessed. My father's firm was audited. My mother's charity lost its funding. Ryan, disgraced and unemployed, packed up and left the state with Lily. They disappeared, leaving behind a pile of debt and denial. I didn't chase them. I didn't need to. I'd already won. It's strange how silence can echo louder than revenge. I didn't destroy them, I just stopped holding them up. Gravity did the rest. Sometimes at night, I still see flashes of that day, the pink roses, the laughter, the betrayal dressed as celebration. But it doesn't hurt anymore. It reminds me of the moment I stopped confusing endurance with love. They thought I couldn't do anything about it. They were right, until I decided I could. Now, when my phone lights up with their names, I don't pick up. I just glance at the missed calls. 92. The exact number it took for them to finally understand.